Hello everyone, good morning. I haven't vlogged in a little while, but it's Thursday morning. I'm starting to get ready for our party this weekend and we're having company. Right now I have no coffee in my house, so we're going to go get coffee and then buy coffee for the house. And I need to go to the bank and I just need to do a couple things. I said to myself I wasn't going to go out this morning because we've had a really busy week. I have the baby with me in the back and then we're gonna come home and we need to clean and do some laundry. So, hi guys, so the lighting's kind of bad, but we're at the grocery store. I already did a couple of our errands and we're at the grocery store and then we'll be heading home. We've had such a busy week so far. It's been fun. Monday we didn't really do anything, but Tuesday my daughter had a dentist appointment and so I kept her home all day. She did very well. It was her first cavity and she did very well, but she was kind of loopy from all of the medicine and we just stayed home most of the day, but we did some errands in the afternoon when she felt better and she got some food in her tummy. And that was Tuesday. And Wednesday we had a play date in the morning and that was really fun. And then I stayed with my niece for a little bit and we hung out with her and had supper, so that was kind of fun. And today I'm just doing errands. It's still early, it's 8:20. So we've kind of changed up a little bit of our daily routine, like with the baby, and because he's on day 5 or 6 of having no bottle, so he's having a sippy cup, and we're kind of cutting down to 2 naps. I'm finding it's easier for bedtime, like he's still getting enough sleep during the day, but he's getting old enough where he can go down to 1 nap, and he's on a sippy cup too, so that transitions well together. And before he had a bottle every time he would wake up. He would wake up in the morning and have 1 bottle. He would wake up after his first nap, have a bottle, and then after his second nap of the day he would have a bottle, and then in between like he would just have water. And so now that he's getting a bit older, so he gets a sippy cup of milk when he wakes up and a sippy cup when he wakes up after his second nap, and in between he'll just have water, and he'll drink water very well out of the sippy cup too. So that's kind of changed our routine, because before if I had an errand to do I would wait until after his second nap so it wouldn't mess up his naps and he'd be more likely not to fall asleep in the car. And so now if we can go first thing in the morning to get our errands done or anything that we need to do, even if he falls asleep in the car for 10 minutes, he can still, like, that's not really a nap, and then he can still go home and then have a good nap in the afternoon. So that's changed, and we're just gonna go home and get some things done for the weekend, and I'm really excited because it's supposed to be nice this weekend. We're having our son's birthday party on Sunday on Sunday, and so it's supposed to be really nice and I'm excited for that. But I'm going to go now and go into the grocery store and get some things. So I went into the grocery store. There's a fly in my car. I went into the grocery store just for like one specific thing. I wanted to get coffee. I came out like $120 later. I'm gonna go home now. My battery light is flashing and I'll talk to you guys later. Hi guys, so it's a bit later, and since we got back from town, my son, he fell asleep in the car. Now we're trying to get him down to 1 nap, and with everything in motherhood or childhood, raising your children, it's always a slow transition with anything that you do. If you want to wean your child off of nursing or a soother or a bottle, or cut them down to 1 nap, or going down to no naps when your child's older, it's always a slow transition. Now he fell asleep in the car, and I would have been okay if he would have slept for 5 minutes and then woke up and had a nap later. But when I got him up out of the car, he still was asleep, so I popped him into his crib, and that's a new thing that he's been able to do, is to transition him like back to the car or back to his bed. And I think that's okay. Anything that you decide to do as a mother, you can always change your mind, because when they're that young before they can speak, we're having to decide and decipher what they want or what they need. So it's okay if you change your mind. Like if you say that you're going to wean them from the bottle and then like the next day like you give them a bottle, that's okay. Like if it's not working, that's okay, because anything that you do is a slow transition. We weaned him from a bottle, but that was a slow transition probably from when he was 5 months old. That's when he started having a bottle of formula like all the time. That's when I weaned him from nursing. But yeah, one day I just stopped giving him a bottle, but that was a slow transition. And if he would have hated the sippy cup, I would have waited, and that's okay to have that slow transition, because you need to figure out what works best for you and your child. So I mean, I can make a whole other video on that, like how we weaned him from the bottle, and then also like how we sleep trained him, or like stuff like that. Like if you're interested in that, like I might make a video about that, what works for us. And none of that is a suggestion or recommendation for you, because every child is different, every parent's different, every lifestyle is different. And sometimes it just doesn't work, sometimes it does. I mean, if you figure out something that works and it works for your child, like that's a good feeling. So once you get to that point when you know that it's the right time, then you know that it's good, you know. And even like potty training, moving your child to a toddler bed, like you always have to get to that point eventually, but you need to know when that point is. You know, when I potty trained my daughter, like she was almost 3, like way past the recommendation or like the average of every child. Every child's different. Some children like potty train at 2 years old, or like 1.5, you know, they're all different. But I waited until the point when she was ready. And even like moving her to a toddler bed, like I waited till she was ready, you know. And every child may be different. My son may start to crawl out of his bed, like who knows, and I'll have to make that transition earlier. But I think knowing the timings for those things is key, and having it into a slow transition. If you do it that way, then you can change your mind for your child, because at the end of the day, you are their parent. You have to make the decisions for them, because at a certain age, like they can't speak words, so they have to communicate with you in other ways. And I think I hear him up right now. He's actually had a good nap, and it's still early enough in the day. If he needs to have 2 naps, that's fine, but we're in the slow transition of him going to 1 nap a day. And he's still young. If he needs a second nap, then that's okay. I needed stuff to do this morning, and I bring my kids with me everywhere, so that's part of our lifestyle, and we're trying to figure out what works best for all of us. Show you I'm proud so far today. I've cleaned my microwave. This is not even a big task. It probably took me about 5 minutes, but what I did was I took a bowl full of lemon and water, like lemon juice and water. I popped the microwave on for 5 minutes, and then everything just wipes out. I procrastinate this task so much and it takes me 5 minutes. But I've also started to clean out my fridge for the weekend. My fridge is really old, but it definitely needed a good cleaning. But this brings me to my next topic. I know I need groceries, but I got some things for the party, but we try to do a lot of low waste things in our house. But how do you do a birthday party and having guests over on the weekend without buying like soft drinks or like just snacks and stuff like that? You know, like paper cups, paper plates. Like, how do you do a low waste party? I just don't, I've never gotten that far, because like on our day-to-day life, we can do low waste very easy, not zero waste, but low waste. But that's what I've stumbled on today. Like, I got stuff in the background, like I got some treats and like some drinks and stuff, but I'm just not going to worry about that. And you know what? It's a party and we're going to celebrate because we've made it through a year of having a baby, and also he's 1 year old, so we're going to celebrate. We're going to have cake, we're going to have treats, and we're going to have all the things that we don't have all the time, and we're just going to roll with it. I mean, we didn't get plastic cups or plastic plates. We got paper cups and paper plates, but that's what I've stumbled on. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about, I've spent money on this party. Now, I've actually this week sold a bunch of stuff on Kijiji, like online. I sold a bunch of things. So I went to the store the other day and I went to the store today. At the grocery store, most of that stuff was free because most of it was Kijiji money from stuff that I sold. We don't have a huge house. We don't have a lot of stuff to places to store things. I'm stumbling over my words. So we'll donate things, we'll get rid of things, and we'll sell things when we're not using them anymore to other people that can use them. And I've spent money on decorations, but for my kids' birthday parties, I'll spend money on decorations, but I reuse the same decorations every year. With my daughter, I've used the same set of decorations for her 3rd, 4th, 5th, and now her 6th birthday party. I've reused all of those decorations. I put them back in a designated tote and I store them until the next year. So this year, like for her birthday party, like I've kept napkins from the year before and maybe some plates and like things like that. So when I get that box out, like I'm probably only gonna have to buy food for her party because you can't keep that until the next year. So for my son's birthday party, like I've spent money and I've made like DIY decorations and I've like ordered things, but I'm going to reuse that stuff next year too, and for multiple years until he gets tired of it or he thinks that he's too cool for that. So I'm gonna leave you at that point and I'll talk to you later. This is what I'm dealing with this morning while I'm trying to get the house cleaned and in order. I didn't really finish the video yesterday. Isaiah, do you want to say bye? Say bye?